How much of my mother has my mother left in me? How much of my love will be insane to some degree? And what about this feeling that I'm never good enough? Will it wash out in the water, or is it always in the blood? How much of my father am I destined to become? Will I dim the lights inside me just to satisfy someone? Or will I let this woman kill me, or do away with jealous love? Or will it wash out in the water, or is it always in the blood? I can feel the love I want, I can feel the love I need, but it's never gonna come the way I am. Could I change it if I wanted? Can I rise above the flood? Will it wash out in the water, or is it always in the blood? How much like my brothers do my brothers be? Does a broken home become another broken family? Or will we be there for each other like nobody ever could? Will it wash out in the water, or is it always in the blood? I can feel the love I want, I can feel the love I need, but it's never gonna come the way I am. Could I change it if I wanted? Can I rise above? Will it wash out in the water, or is it always in the blood?
Well, good evening everyone. My name is Edward O'Connor and I'm the head of St Edmund's School, and welcome to our Meet the Pupils boarding edition tonight. St Edmund's School is located on the outskirts of the historic city of Canterbury in the southeast corner of England. We're about an hour and a half from Heathrow Airport and about 75 minutes from Gatwick, with great links into London. So we've got a terrific location. But more importantly than that, we have an amazing setting, 65 acres of beautiful parkland and a wonderful mixture of historic and modern buildings. Boarding has been at the heart of our school for 270 years. The boarding ethos of friendship, family values and teamwork is central to our mission as a school. All of our boarders live in the central building of St Edmunds. That's the beautiful historic structure that you'll have seen on the website. And that helps promote a sense of security and family atmosphere. We also have a diverse range of boarders. When we're full, we have over 100 members of our boarding community from about 20 different nationalities, really coming from all over the world. A good number come from England or other parts of Great Britain, lots from Western Europe, from the Far East, from North America. So we're a really diverse and dynamic community. Most importantly, it's a welcoming and friendly environment where you can settle quickly, make friends and get on with the all-important business of learning. Anyway, enough from me. I'm now going to hand over to the rest of the team so you can hear some of the authentic voices of St Edmunds School.
Good evening. I'm Catherine Shearer. I'm the Deputy Head at St Edmunds School. Tonight I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about some of the pastoral support that's in place for our pupils here. So first of all, what defines St Edmunds? As a relatively small school, all staff get to know the pupils very well during their time here. Pupils' happiness and well-being is central to the ethos of the senior school, and this goes hand in hand with academic success. When the pupils are happy, understood and supported, they're able to thrive in all areas of school life, personal, academic and co-curricular areas. Our approach is focused on the unique abilities and needs of individual pupils. All of our pupils are valued for their contribution to the school, and we take great pride in their successes. Boarding accommodation at St Edmunds is all within the main school building. This allows for a family atmosphere and a strong sense of identity amongst our boarders. Pupils are proud to be part of the boarding community. Boarding is currently led by Dr. Jones, who is the Director of Boarding, and Mrs. Jones, who's the Head of Girls Boarding, along with their strong team of residential staff and visiting tutors. The house parents play a crucial role because they see pupils at all times of day and night, and they are the direct line of communication with parents about all issues. Boarding staff also have an academic role at the school. For example, our Director of Boarding is also the Head of Maths, which ensures that he has a rounded picture of individual pupils. The boarding team works very hard to ensure that boarders' needs are met and fight their corner if they're struggling. It's very important to have someone on side when you're away from home. They also understand the value of a quick message home to report achievement or a pastoral concern. At St Edmunds, each boarding pupil is also part of a day house, under the care of a day housemaster. The day housemaster communicates with parents about academic concerns and daily routine. Each of our 4 houses is led by the housemaster, who has overall charge of around 80 pupils from both the day and boarding communities. This allows for strong bonds to be formed between boarders and day pupils. There are 2 registration points per day where the housemaster and deputy have a chance to catch up with individuals. Houses meet together formally once a week, as well as participating in socials and inter-house competitions. The house is a physical base, but also provides a strong sense of community and a healthy sense of competition. Each pupil is allocated a tutor who monitors academic and pastoral progress. Tutors follow a tutorial programme covering a range of topics including time management, sleep, exercise, self-esteem, etc. A good tutor will know his or her tutees very well and steer their successful development in the right direction. The aim is to appreciate difference and celebrate individuality. So this has been a quick snapshot of some elements of our pastoral and boarding provision. Our pastoral team also includes the medical centre, the Director of Safeguarding, the school chaplain, as well as a team of peer listeners and mentors. The reason it works so well is the whole school approach. All teachers have responsibility for the pastoral care of all pupils they come into contact with. Everyone's priority is the welfare and well-being of the individual pupil, and this is at the heart of everything we do.
My name's Edwin Jones. I'm the head of boarding here at St Edmunds School, and I'm also a maths teacher here. I'm the head of mathematics as well. So I've been at the school since 2011, so this is my 10th year, and we've been living in boarding since 2015, so this will be 6 years now we've been here. This is Woody, our little boy, who was born 15 months ago, almost 16 months ago now, and he obviously lives with us within the boarding environment.
So my name's Liz, and I started work here in 2004, which I believe is about 17 years ago. And currently I teach over in the food department. I teach the Leiths course, the Introductory Certificate in Food and Wine, and obviously I'm a house parent in girls' boarding and head of girls' boarding as well.
Being a house parent here, obviously, it's like being a parent for anybody. We very much look after the pastoral side of the boarders here at St Edmund's School. We make sure that they're happy, that they're well looked after, that they look after themselves as well, and we deal with any issues as and when they come.
So for me, being a house parent is looking out for the boarders in a really holistic sense. So making sure they're happy and healthy, and also keeping an eye on how they're doing academically as well. But it's all about the big picture. We're a small community, which means that we know all of the boarders really well.
Hi, my name is Sophia. I am 18 years old and I have been a member of the St Edmund's School community and boarding community for the past 4 years now. I started my time here in year 10 and now I am in year 13. And for my A-levels, I take history, politics, French, and German. My favorite part about being a boarder at St Edmund's is definitely the community aspect. I love making friends here. I have incredible friends that I met 4 years ago. I make friends every year with new people coming, and I definitely think that I have made friends that will last me a lifetime here, and I will forever be thankful to St Edmund's and the boarding community for giving me the chance to meet all these incredible people. On the weekends, we start off our Saturdays in boarding with Saturday school. It's not really school, it's more of a chance for us to get all of our work done. So we have a 3-hour session split in 2, so you can either do the same thing twice or do study in 1, and then an option of sports, music, or art in one of the other ones, or you can do both sports. It's very, very relaxed and flexible, and you can kind of make your own schedule and change it up every week according to how much work you have or you don't have. So it's quite nice that you can start your Saturday off in a productive way. And after Saturday school, we tend to go down to town to have some lunch at one of the local restaurants here, which there are a lot of, and then we do some shopping, some food shopping, some clothes shopping, depending on, and then we all come back for dinner and watch a movie in the common room with some snacks, which is always a really nice community aspect of boarding at St. Edmund's. And then on Sundays, our boarding staff kindly always organizes a trip, which can range anywhere from going shopping at the Blue Water Shopping Mall or going paintballing or even ice skating in the winter, so there definitely is always something to do on the weekends here. Boarding, I would definitely say, enhances school life because it puts you in this automatic academic environment. Within boarding, we definitely push each other to be the best we can be, and just having this kind of academic bubble around you at all times definitely motivates you to do well all the time. And we're all kind of always in competition with each other to get the best grades and do well in all of our classes. So I definitely think that boarding is a great way to motivate yourself and to motivate each other to do as well as we can.
Hi, my name is Cameron and I've been at St Edmund's for over 3 months now. Coming from an extremely small prep school to a large senior school was daunting for me. However, being in boarding helped me settle in well. I decided to board weekly at the start of the term and have never once regretted it. Making friends has been quite simple as everyone is extremely welcoming. Being in top set is quite difficult. Maintaining a high level of work consistently isn't easy. Despite this, the teachers here have always helped me if I've needed extra help and have supported me.
We're over in senior school boarding at the moment, but we do have junior boarders with us who are located over in Schoolhouse, which is a slightly separate wing on the main site. But we are one sort of big, happy, strange family, and once a week we come together for a boarders line, which is an opportunity for Edwin to talk to everybody, but it's also a nice opportunity for everybody to have their say as well. We also have a boarding council, which is made up of pupils from different year groups in senior boarding, and they meet once a week as well, normally just before boarders line. And that's been a really useful addition over the past couple of years. It's meant that there are pupils within our community that other pupils can go to pass on issues if they don't feel able for whatever reason to speak to staff directly. No, it's a lovely building to live in, and it's very atmospheric. We've had Harry Potter nights in the chapel, And we've in recent years we've held our annual Christmas party in the dining hall, which has been rather Hogwartsy. While the pupils are away from home and we are here as their house parents, we're very much their advocates, and we're ready, willing and ready to sort of stand next to them in terms of whatever they face during the school day. So if they did have a bit of trouble in a particular subject with a particular teacher, we can be there for them as that sort of parent figure. We've got their backs.
As I constantly remind the boarders, I am actually on their side. Although I work for the school, I'm a teacher at the school. At the end of the day, I am their parent, I'm their house parent, and I am firmly on their side, and I want the very best for them.
To me, boarding is new because I've never boarded before, so it's all kind of different to me because, like, it's just like a big family, and it's just like after classes you can just go to your room, and it's just like you're home with your family right at school. Like they always look after us, and they're always like there for us. Like, so we always know that there's somebody for us that we could talk to if we're like in a bad mood or whatever. There's always somebody we can talk to. I partly came here to like improve my English, and I also took EAL as a subject, so it's helping me much. And also like being around the people, like I literally only talk English, not German at all, because like even the German people don't talk German at all. We only talk English, so it like improves my English.
Well, when I started my boarding journey, do you remember I came in and I didn't bring that much packing, I just had a single backpack, and I took it upstairs and I got the Bart Simpson bedding, which was the spare bedding because I hadn't bought any bedding or anything. And I lay down in a bed and it was really nice and I had a really good night's sleep. And I actually thought, it was my first night, I was only staying one night because it was a tasting, and I thought, well, I'm not that homesick, I wonder what it's going to be like. And then, a few weeks later I actually moved in and I was in that exact same bed with my own bedding. And it was, first week or so, I was a bit upset. I was missing my family a lot. But I feel like everyone there is so supportive and they're always so nice to you if you're homesick, and it's just so nice to kind of, you don't get as homesick after a few weeks, and it's definitely, it's bad, but the good thing is it doesn't last. It's not something that stays with you, and it's really good.
I think boarding is going to set me up for later life by making me more organised and more tidy about everything that I do. So let's say I'm going to university. I won't feel so homesick about leaving my family behind. I won't feel so nervous about it. It'll be more relaxed to me.
And it's good to get into a nice routine. And thinking about university, you go there and you can be organised and keep up with everything, because it's not like it's a sudden gush of work just being thrown at you, because we've been kind of used to that. And I think that it's nice to get into that kind of routine where we have everything and we're never late, and we're always, well, we are late, but we're never kind of badly late or disorganised, or it's nice to have that feeling.
The adults in boarding, they're just absolutely amazing. If you ever feel homesick, you can always rely on them to cheer you up. And we have such a busy lifestyle that you'll forget about it within a few days anyway, and it will just sort of linger away.
Boarding has never been so popular, and we are delighted that our boarding community is culturally diverse and provides an enriching experience for all. For full and weekly boarders, boarding at St Edmunds is a home away from home. For example, 4 nights at school, 3 days at home. We call this flexi boarding. It's the perfect mix of education and priceless family time, and our boarders have the option of joining in with weekends activities if they wish to. One of the greatest strengths of our boarding environment is the quality of the human relationships and the sense of companionship. We pride ourselves on providing our pupils with a safe and supportive setting and a comfortable home where they can feel a sense of belonging, make friends, and take part in the activities. This enables pupils to flourish at a time in their life when they are making great leaps in their academic, physical, and emotional development. This strong community spirit provides a bedrock of support and encouragement for for the pupils to be all they can be. Our boarders take full advantage of the excellent facilities within the grounds of St Edmunds. We have our own sports field that we use for athletics and track events. We have an all-weather floodlit pitch, numerous tennis and netball courts, and in addition we have an indoor sports hall which hosts a myriad of sporting activities. Basketball is popular at the moment. And we are delighted to have recently opened a new health and fitness centre. All our boarders have access to these facilities after school and at weekends. In addition to these facilities, there is a weekend programme for boarders. They can go punting along the Stour, they go ice skating, paintballing, they go to the beach, they go canoeing. We take them to Stratford-upon-Avon to visit where Shakespeare was born. We take them to see shows. They visit theme parks, they go climbing, and of course there is downtime when actually only a toasted sandwich and a film is the order of the day. The menu of opportunities holds something for everyone. Above all, boarding at St Edmunds provides a secure and nurturing environment where boarders form lifelong friendships and a respect for other cultures and beliefs that will be sustained and will be sustaining in life beyond St Edmunds.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. My name is Catherine Shearer. I'm the Deputy Head of St Edmunds. We're just about ready for our question and answer session, which is with our live panel, who I'll introduce you to in a second. If you'd like to ask some questions, we do have some that have come in already, but if you'd like to ask some more questions, if you could just type them into the chat and we'll do our best to answer them this evening. So just like to introduce you to our panel, so hopefully they will unmute and turn their cameras off as I introduce them. So tonight we've got Dr. Edmund Jones, who is our Director of Boarding.
Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Edmund Jones.
Thank you, Edmund. And we've got Miss Marie Florence, who is the Deputy Head of Girls Boarding, and she's also housemaster of one of the day houses.
Good evening, everybody.
And the pupils that we've got on the panel tonight, we've got Sophia, who is a Year 13 pupil and our Captain of Boarding.
Hi.
We've got Aberol, who's a Year 9 boarder.
Hi.
And we've got Dylan, who's one of our junior boarders and a chorister.
Hi.
I think that's everybody. Have I got everybody there? Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so we'll start off. We've got a question that's come in that I'll direct to Dr. Jones, if that's okay. It's a question about exeats. So can boarders stay at school over an exeat weekend?
Yes, well, actually a number of years ago we started to do this. It used to be that we did, most independent schools don't allow the boarders to stay with them over the weekends, but we decided that we would do this, implement this 4 or 5 years ago, and it's proved extremely popular. In fact, boarders don't like to get on a train and go to their guardians or whatever. A lot of them do. I mean, I know some go off to family members, which is great, but they now have the choice that they can stay at school over an exit weekend. And we try and make it so it's not school. I mean, we try and make boarding so that it's not school anyway. It's like their family home, the one large family, somewhere they can feel comfortable. And we emphasize this over the exit weekend. There's no Saturday school. Normally we have a Saturday morning school, but there's no Saturday school. They can have a late breakfast. They can get up late on Saturday and Sunday. They can go into town in the afternoon, which they often do. Some of the older boarders usually go into town. It's always somebody's birthday. There's always a reason why they want to go out in the evening, which is fine. We allow that. And yeah, it's a nice, relaxed weekend. And then the other boarders who have gone away sort of start to drift back late Sunday afternoon. But it's been extremely popular, and it's a pleasure to have them here, actually, to be honest. My wife and myself, we spend the weekend here, and we also relax into the weekend as well. It's a nice feeling.
Thank you very much. We've got another question here that I think I'll direct this one to Aberol, please. And this is a question, about the boarding community. So what's it like being part of the boarding community, and is it easy to make friends?
So I've been in the school for like about a year, and in my experience, I found that it's like really easy to make friends. Like when I came into the school, I made friends with loads of different types of cultures of people, and it's a really friendly environment, and it's really fun.
Thank you very much. I wonder whether Sophia could just add to that, because you've been at the school a little bit longer than Avril.
Yes, I've been at school for 4 years, and it has been incredibly easy for me to make friends. I have made friends 4 years ago, and I continue to make new friends every year with new boarders coming in, and I have stayed in very close contact with people that have left school already, and I know I will keep in very, very close contact with all the friends that I've made during my time here at St. Ed's, even after I leave.
Thank you, thank you. Right, a question here, an important question that I'm going to direct to Dylan, and that's a question about the food. What's the food like?
Okay, the food at lunchtime, so for the day pupils, is actually really good, but I don't think it compares at all to the dinner and breakfast food. It's just amazing. There's always a choice, and it's always something different, but you've always got that choice, so it's not like you have to have one thing. You can have a croissant, or you can have a pain au chocolat, or you can have a cooked breakfast, cereal, fruit, and there's just so much choice. And the dinner is just amazing. Again, there's a lot of choice, but it's always so different, and there's sometimes theme nights. We get all sorts of different things, and yeah, it's a really nice food.
Thank you, Dylan. Thanks for that. Miss Florence, a question for you here. So how do you help to integrate day and boarding pupils?
So one of the wonderful elements of being a pupil at St Edmunds is that we don't segregate day pupils and boarding pupils. Whether you're a day pupil or a full boarding or flexi boarding, you're affiliated to one of our 4 houses, which is Baker, Wagner, Watson and Warnford House. Being part of that house instantly gives you a routine and a community. You check in with your housemaster twice a day to register in your house area, and this procedure allows you time to mix with your friends in the house common room and catch up with other faces from other year groups within your house. Part of this house system involves our social events. So we aim to hold at least 1 a term, usually 2 a term when there isn't a pandemic. And these have included trips to trampoline parks, the cinema. A particular favourite is a visit to Screamland, which is an amusement park at Halloween, an evening filled with fairground rides, street food, and if you wish, fancy dress, always popular. As a housemaster, I always involve the pupils of Warnford and my house team to gain ideas and suggestions for our house socials. And we aim to provide a broad range of events throughout the year so that there really is something of interest for everyone.
Great, thank you very much. Sophia, there's a question here for you which ties in a little bit with what Ms Florence was just talking about there. So it's about activities and trips. So what activities and trips do you take part in at the weekend?
Our boarding staff is always kind enough to arrange trips on a Sunday for us, and they can be anything we'd like. We get to send in suggestions, we get to ask them to go on certain trips. So we've done paintballing, we've done ice skating during winter, which is always really nice because we have hot chocolate after, and we can go see the Christmas market. We do trips to the Blue Water shopping mall, we go to the cinema. So honestly, there's so much choice, and whatever we ask, we usually end up doing. So there is so much choice, and we definitely always take great advantage of that.
Excellent, thank you for that. Right, the next question I'm going to ask Avril, and I'll ask Dylan from the junior perspective as well. What's the evening routine during the week once your lessons have finished? So Avril, if we could go to you first, please, the evening routine.
For me, after school, I study. I try to get as much as an opportunity to practice what I've learned during the day. And then after that, I have dinner, and then I play basketball with my friends in the night. just to keep up with my daily activities for exercise.
Okay, great. So a bit of work, a bit of exercise and catching up with friends, lovely. Dylan, how about you?
It's similar. Obviously, as a chorister, there's some singing involved, but we get back and we have some, well, we sing, then we have our dinner, and then after we have free time, we do our prep, and then we can do a lot of things. There's lots of activities. We can go outside, we can watch TV or play pool, foosball, all sorts of different things. And then we can go up to the dorm, and it's yeah, and it's a nice opportunity to catch up with people in your year group, and also you can see other year groups, and it's really nice to do that.
Great, thank you for that. Dr. Jones and Miss Florence, there's two questions here. I'll go to Dr. Jones first. So what privileges do boarding pupils have, and what are the curfews, and are pupils allowed out to visit the town centre? So a couple of questions. So Dr. Jones, could we go to you first, please?
Yes, well, we allow boarders to go out into town in the evening, more so in the evenings on a Friday, Saturday evening. Although we do, it always has to be by request, and we do allow boarders to go out sometimes during the week as well. If it's somebody's birthday or something's happened, there's something special, then they're allowed to go into town and they have a meal or whatever. They have to be back on site by 9:30. We're quite strict about that because 9:30 we lock the buildings up. We have alarm systems which we set, and everybody's inside and is safe. And then the house parents, the staff who live on site, will go around all the bedrooms individually, make sure everybody's in, of course. But also it's a chance just to have a chat and just to make sure everybody's okay, and talk about the day, maybe what's happened. So yeah, it's relaxed. You know, we try to make it as relaxed as possibly can, but obviously the safety of everyone is paramount in my thoughts. So it's always knowing exactly where somebody is and how to get hold of somebody and make sure that they're safe. But you know, we do try to give more freedoms as the very young boys, such as Dylan, start growing up into young men and women. So it's sort of a process really, which we try and judge as carefully as we can.
Okay, thank you for that. Ms. Florence, I don't know whether you've got anything to add to that.
No, I think Dr. Jones explained all the privileges and curfews. Yeah, I think you've said it all, Dr. Jones.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, all right. There's another question here about co-curricular provision. So I think we'll go to each of the students about this because you're all in different stages. I know, Aberrol, you won't have had the advantage of a lot of co-curricular, but if we start with Sophia, so could you tell us about the co-curricular provision that's offered to you in the school?
Yeah, so there is a lot of co-curricular ranging from art to music and sport. I am part of the string ensemble, the symphony orchestra, and I sing in the chamber and the chapel choir. So I am very heavily involved with the music community, and I take lessons for all my instruments. And then within the sport department, I play for the netball and the tennis teams. So there definitely is a large variety of sports that you can choose. And the older you get in school, the more choice you have with the sports that you can pick. So for example, in year 13 now, you can pick anything from rock climbing, horseback riding, golfing, tennis, netball, like the standard sports. And yeah, so there is a big variety for anything that you want to do, and everyone supports you to do exactly what you want to do and find a place for you in the co-curricular activities.
Okay, lovely, thank you. Aberrol, how about you, co-curricular?
Wait, what's a co-curricular?
So the extra things that you do outside your lessons. So what kind of things do you do in the evenings?
Oh, like I don't do much. I just study and play basketball and relax, I guess.
Okay, great.
Aberrol plays a lot of basketball. He enjoys. He's usually in these sports on most evenings. And I also think we play, Mr. Millard, one of our deputy heads, also organises basketball games with other local schools, so you probably get involved with those as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you both for that. And Dylan, from the junior school perspective, what's the co-curricular provision like for you?
Well, there's a lot of clubs and activities to do lunch times after school and also before school sometimes. There's music lessons, drama, loads of sports. I do a lot of music and drama. And obviously there's all sorts of kind of different things that you can do at lunchtime and in your free time, and it's just a nice range of stuff to do.
Good, thank you very much. Right, we've got one more question, and it's a question I'm going to direct to everybody, so I'll give you a little bit of thinking time there. And it's a question, what's the best thing about boarding? So I think, who should we go to first? Let's go to Miss Florence first of all. It's the best thing about boarding.
I really like mixing with the boarders after school and not sort of getting to know the person that they are outside of their lessons. That's one of the things that I really like about boarding. I also like working with the boarders with regard to the trips and activities that we do at weekends. Planning those are very exciting and we look forward to them. And the other thing that I really love getting involved in, and I have done for the last few years, is the Boarders Christmas party. I have to say last year's Christmas party, the year before, and when we were allowed a Christmas party, was, I think it probably go down in history as the best Boarders Christmas party ever. So I've sort of set the bar high because everyone really enjoyed themselves that evening. But yeah, I look forward to the next event, definitely.
Excellent, thank you very much. Avril, how about you? What's the best thing about boarding for you?
For me, it's definitely like being with my friends after school. During my school day, I really look forward to relaxing with my friends after school. It's like really fun, and they help me with academic and sports stuff. Nice.
Excellent, that's lovely to hear. Thank you. Dylan, how about you? Best thing about boarding?
I think it's that you make friends and they're going to stay with you for life. They're more like a family, to be honest. You live with them, and obviously you argue, but then that's just what happens with brothers, I suppose, and sisters. And I think that it's nice, and I feel like the friends are going to last with us forever, and I think that's really nice.
Thank you for that. And Sophia, how about you?
I think the best thing about boarding is just being a boarder and everything that comes with being a boarder, whether it's the little traditions we have, like the Christmas dinners or the toasties that we have at night or the Saturday night movie nights, and even just making friends, just the whole experience of being a boarder and feeling what the whole community aspect is like here is probably just definitely my favorite part.
Great, thank you very much. And Dr. Jones, I'll give you the last word on this one.
Well, boarding is my home. We don't live anywhere else. We just live within the boarding within this building. My wife and myself and our little baby boy. We have a flat here, but that's not just our family. My family is all of the boarding community. One very large family, and it's a delightful family to be part of. I'm a part of that family. I lead that family, but I'm a part of that family, and they are delightful to look after, and it's great to see them as they grow up over the years and become young men and young women and go off to university. It really is. I feel I and my wife are privileged to work here. We really are. It's a wonderful place to be.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to thank all the panellists for their contributions this evening, for giving up their time, and say goodbye to you. You can switch your cameras off now, panellists. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And just remains to say goodbye to everyone in the audience, and thank you very much for joining us. I hope that that's given you a little bit of a snapshot of everything that St Edmund's Boarding has to offer. If you've got any further questions, then please contact our admissions department. We'd really like to hear from you. If you've put a question in this evening that hasn't been answered, please rest assured that somebody from the admissions team will be in touch with you and will give you a full response to that. It just remains for me to say goodbye and thank you very much for joining us this evening.